We are officially back. The game has launched, and you know what? The players are really cheap. Let's get into it. What we're saying, people, welcome back. This is FPL of the day. I am Jay London. It feels good to be back as well. I've missed you guys, man. So, back with the content, back for a new season, and we have finally got the game live. This is what we have been waiting for. We've had some price reveals and all of that, which I'll react to whilst I do my team selection, but this is going to be my first draft. And you know what? Like I said in a little intro, the players are really cheap. Like, I kind of thought when we saw Haaland's price, when we saw Trent's price, it was going to be quite difficult to make a team, but I feel like this is quite easy. I don't want to say it. It's easy to build a strong squad. Whether or not they're going to do well, I don't know. So yeah, I've managed to avoid looking at the template for now. There's already one fastly building all over the FPL community, all over Twitter and everywhere else. But I like to build a draft before I've looked at any of that. So this is my very first draft. It is 100% going to change. I'm very, very likely. But my first look at the team, putting together a team of players. Let's start up front, because we all know that there's going to be one guy who's going to be in everybody's team, and that is Haaland. If you are, I'm not going to say brave enough, if you are stupid enough not to put Haaland in your team from game week 1, then just, yeah, don't complain if he goes out there and he scores a hat-trick against flipping Burnley. Yeah, he's going to be captain as well for pretty much 98% of the people playing the game, I reckon. At the start of last season, I didn't put him in. I went with Kane and I regretted it instantly. Game week 2, straight in the team, and then never looked back. So yeah, Haaland, let's just get that out of the way, put him there. The bench is just going to be like a dud bench. You can see here, we've got Foster, Bell from Luton, which loads of people are talking about, which, okay, he's 4 mil. Why not? Let him sit on the bench. Tyrone Mings, I'm not a big fan of him in real life, but on FPL, he does rack up quite a few points. And for 4.5 mil, I'm happy for him to sit on the bench as well. And then Vinicius. I don't expect many of these guys to play. Again, this is probably going to change. It's a dud bench for now. That's what it's looking like. So, let's pick some players. Brighton's first few fixtures against Luton, Wolves and West Ham seem pretty safe. If I get an inkling or some confirmation that this guy is going to be starting, yeah, ahead of Sanchez, and he's going to keep his place, then there's no reason why he can't be in the team to start, all right? I'm not interested in spending loads of money on keepers. I'm not interested in picking the same keeper as everyone else. Goalkeeper position is a nice place to start if you want to try and break the template a little bit. And I feel like we can have some fun, especially for like game week 1. We want to go a little bit alternative when we start seeing templates, but we still want to keep some of the big favourites like Haaland and maybe some of the other guys who you're going to see here. With that in mind, let's move on to defence. We've gone for Trent Alexander-Arnold, 8.5 mil. Again, when I saw his price, I didn't think I'd be able to get him in there, but yeah, it's quite easy to build a team with him in there. Botman next to him and Estupinian in defence as well. I went pretty much the whole of last season without Purvis. Again, looking at those Brighton fixtures to start the game week with, to start game week 1, 2 and 3 with, there's no reason why he can't be in your team. And for Botman, for 4.5, why not? Why not? He's nice cover for Trippier. I don't know if I can quite stretch the trips at this moment in time because he's 6.5. But yeah, Botman's in there. They do have Manchester City in their second game week. But then that's when people like Tyrone Mings can come in, who's playing Everton. Do you know what I mean? Nice little bit of rotation there. And then Trent Alexander-Arnold. The question is, will he continue to play in midfield? That we will have to wait and see. But clean sheet points, assist points, maybe the odd goal or two. He could be the second highest scoring player in the whole of the game this season, obviously after Haaland, because no one's expecting Haaland to flop, are they? Yeah. Right, so that's what the defence is looking like. Onto midfield, you can see that we've got 5 in there, nice and juicy, and it looks something like Bosh! This, Bruno Fernandes in the heart. I still can't believe he's 8.5 mil. That could change. I've gone for Martinelli over Saka, which I'll talk about in a bit. And Bumo playing out of position. We love it in midfield on the game, but up front in real life, 6.5. He's probably going to miss every single chance that he's got. He's probably not going to stay in this team, but for 6.5, he has to be in there. And then Mitoma, goes without saying, had a great season last season. Again, 6.5, quite easy to get into your team. I feel like he's going to be in a lot of squads. And then Son is the gamble. When we saw his price at 9 mil, we thought, yeah, like, why not? The more I'm thinking about it, it might not be that much of a great move because, yeah, we really don't know what Son we're going to get. Apparently, he was injured last season and he's playing the whole season with an injury. So, I don't know. If the new manager can get him playing really well alongside Kane, then he's going to be a bargain for 9 mil. Let's have him in there for now. This is probably going to get clipped and shared. I'm not a massive fan of Saka on FPL. I don't know what it is. I know he's great. I love him in real life. He does get points. I just don't expect him to really get a lot of points whenever I'm watching him play. I don't know why. Maybe because he's on the wing. Yeah, sometimes he's not as involved as you would want him to be. Martinelli is just a little bit more exciting for me. And for, what is he, 8 mil, 0.5 cheaper? I'd rather go with him at this moment in time. So that's what it's looking like. I might even go with Erdegaard ahead of Saka, which is crazy because, again, looking at some tweets and things like that, trying to avoid the template, but seeing a lot of the guys that people are playing and putting in their teams. Saka's in a lot of teams at the moment. And I just don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling it in my gut to start with. Maybe peer pressure will get me. Maybe I'm going to be the only one without him and then I have to put him in there. And then sticking with Arsenal, last but not least, we have Gabriel Jesus up front. There's quite a few strikers to pick from around the 8 mil mark. We've got Watkins. We've got Isak, who is 7.5. But yeah, Jesus, if he can start the season the same way that he did last season, everyone's going to have him in their teams. Plus, Arsenal's fixtures, Nottingham Forest, Crystal Palace, Fulham, Man United might be tricky, and then Everton. Those are some nice fixtures, which again maybe is making me think I should have Saka in there. He's on pens as well, isn't he? We'll come back to this in the next draft. But yeah, at this moment in time, I can't see any players in this team that are weak. Do you know what I mean? Like, of course, you could have stronger players in positions like Mbumo and Botman maybe. But yeah, and maybe the goalkeeper and the bench. But as far as things go for a starting 11, this is a strong squad. And I think it's quite difficult this season to make a team that doesn't look good on paper. Again, this might get chopped and quoted, but yeah, these guys might all go out and blank in game week 1, but you can't look at this team and tell me that it's a weak team. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, when I saw Haaland's price, I thought, oh, this is going to be tough. When I saw Trent's price, I thought, oh, this is going to be tough. Let me know what you're thinking. How many of these players have you got in your FPL draft? Will you be bringing in the likes of Son? Are you going to risk going without Haaland in game week number 1? And I'll see you on the next one, all right? No doubt there's going to be another draft because, yeah, FPL is officially back. Bosh!